Streaming live now on News8000.com. You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now, this weekend.
Good evening and thank you for watching News 8 Now this weekend. I'm Jeremy Wall. Michael has the night off. Multiple accidents involving alcohol have been reported as the holiday weekend is in full swing. Wood County Sheriff's deputies arrested a 25-year-old Wisconsin Rapids man after they say he crossed the center line of South Byron Drive while operating under the influence, killing a 28-year-old man on a motorcycle last night around 11:50 p.m. According to a release, first responders attempted life-saving measures on the 28-year-old from Wisconsin Rapids, but were unsuccessful. Wood County Sheriff's deputies charged the driver a third offense, OWI, and violation of bond conditions. A passenger in the vehicle fled the scene, but was later located in Plover, Wisconsin. Alcohol is also suspected in a 3-vehicle crash that sent 2 people to the hospital in Alma, Wisconsin. According to a release from the Buffalo County Sheriff's Department, the crash happened on State Highway 35 north of Beach Harbor Road in the city of Alma yesterday around 3:30 p.m. Investigators say 50-year-old Jeremy Holdberg of Durand was traveling southbound on State Highway 35 when he rear-ended 67-year-old Keith Conan of Alma. The impact forced Conan's vehicle into the northbound lane where it collided with a Polaris Slingshot operated by 19-year-old Grace Kennedy. Both Kennedy and Conan were flown to nearby hospitals for their injuries. No word yet on arrests or the extent of the injuries. Vernon County Sheriff Roy Torgensen reported a single vehicle crash that happened last night in the town of Stark. Kyle Ray Stout of Kendall, Wisconsin was operating a 2000 Dodge Dakota pickup heading westbound on State Highway 82 near Spry Road when he experienced a medical episode. This caused his vehicle to leave the road and strike a culvert, leaving the car upright in a field. Stout, along with his passenger Haley Christine Rogers of Madison, were both transported to Vernon Memorial Healthcare in Viroqua with injuries. The crash remains under investigation.
Well, this September 1st definitely felt like the first day of meteorological fall with our highs sticking in the mid-70s. It was a nice one out there and a lot of sunshine as well. It's going to continue into Monday and these overnight hours. As we can see, not a cloud in the sky out there. So definitely a great night to get out there and maybe do some stargazing, especially the day off tomorrow. You have all the time in the world tonight to do that, although I would maybe pack some extra layers or a blanket because in La Crosse it's going to get as low as 52 in the early morning hours. Then we'll warm back up into the mid-70s just in time for any Labor Day festivities, maybe a picnic that you might have outside. It'll definitely warm up in time for that. 48 for the low in Eau Claire though, so it'll definitely be a little bit chillier tonight, a little less wind though for Monday compared to what we saw on Sunday, just a little less breezier. However, we'll start to feel it pick up a little bit in those afternoon hours. Other than that, it's going to be a very beautiful Labor Day. Now, after looking at those temperatures, here's a quick check-in on our seasonal directory. This time last week, we were sitting in the center of the sun, but now we're really feeling that fall's fall. We're going to feel a little bit of a warm-up going into Wednesday with some rain chances returning Thursday, and then after that, we'll have cool temperatures going into next weekend. But I'll have your full forecast coming up in a little bit.
All right, thank you so much, Nicole. Minnesota Governor and Vice Presidential candidate Tim Walz took some time to visit the Minnesota State Fair. Walz was seen today greeting supporters, sampling fair food, and serving up ice cream to fairgoers. Walz said as governor, he usually gets to visit the fair for multiple days, but his schedule is now full of campaigning with Democratic presidential candidate Kamala Harris.
I don't get 12 days, which I normally get, a little bit more of a disruption, and I'm more concerned, obviously, disruption to the other folks. But it's exciting. I think people are seeing that we're getting to talk about Minnesota across the country, talk about the economy here, talk about things like the State Fair, talk about agriculture.
He was accompanied by his wife, Minnesota First Lady Gwen Walz, and his daughter Hope. Runners laced up for the 10th annual home run for recovery today. Cooley Recovery Center has been holding the race since 2014. Each year people run to remember those who lost their lives to substance abuse disorder or who are still struggling with active addiction. In the last 7 years, an average of 1,300 Wisconsinites died from drug overdoses each year, 151 of those in La Crosse County. The run walk also raises awareness for addiction. The Cooley Recovery Center and it funds to provide recovery support.
It's our way to not only raise awareness, but it's also our way to raise funds to continue supporting those that are looking for their pathway to recovery.
The event kicks off Recovery Awareness Month and reminds people that recovery from substance use and ending the cycle of addiction is achievable. Folks in Westby are celebrating the unofficial end of summer with some locally grown tomatoes. Today is the 9th annual Tasty Tomato Fest, hosted by Deep Rooted, an organic farm. Every year it showcases multiple types of tomatoes, giving them a taste of the fruit's varieties. This year, more than 40 types of tomatoes were up for tasting. Deep Rooted owner Tiffany Cade says people are surprised by how many tomatoes there are.
That is probably one of the best parts is some people are like, wait, there's 43 different types of tomatoes. I mean, there's hundreds of different varieties of tomatoes, but this is a really great opportunity for people to be able to sample green tomatoes, different yellow ones.
Definitely lots of tomatoes to try. Deep Rooted is already planning for the festival's milestone next year. West Salem Cares held its street dance fundraiser tonight. The event had live music, kids activities, basket raffles, and vendors doing sidewalk sales. The groups assist other community members during times of need. Over the last 3 years, they have given more than $27,000 to people in the community with food or gas vouchers, assistance with rent, and other essential needs.
Just to help people, because all of us sometimes are in need and we want to be there for them.
Also new this year was the Battle of the Businesses, where West Salem businesses assembled teams to compete in challenges. Winners receive the traveling trophy, bragging rights, and their business logo or name on all advertisements next year. Coming up on News 8, tensions in the Middle East continue to rise. 6 hostages, including an American, are found dead in Gaza during ceasefire talks. After the break.
I was robbed. They tried to run me over with a getaway car. He almost killed me right over here. He was laughing as he fractured my skull.
Amanda's attacker was an illegal immigrant drug dealer arrested twice before, but released by San Francisco DA Kamala Harris.
If Kamala Harris hadn't let him out, this never would have happened to me.
Kamala put violent illegals, convicted felons, back on the streets.
Kamala just doesn't care about protecting people like me.
Make America Great Again Inc. is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Kyle just made a decision that would change his whole world.
Hey, you're sober? You drive.
Kyle just made a decision that would change his whole world. Drive sober or get pulled over.
Whether you're an established business owner or just getting started, we can offer multiple services to help manage your financial goals.
I'm Patrick Crayons, owner of Peak Contracting and Excavating. Been a customer of Union State Bank for a little over a year now. I chose to work with Chad at Union State Bank because of our great friendship and their professionalism in the Black River Falls area. My overall experience with Union State Bank has been phenomenal, and I would highly recommend them to anybody looking for a financial institution to work with.
Union State Bank, where customers and community come first. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Welcome back. Tens of thousands of Israelis have taken to the streets in grief and fury tonight following the announcement 6 hostages, including an American, have been killed in Gaza, and to demand a ceasefire deal with Hamas, which would see the remaining captives freed.
The 6 have been identified as Ori Danino, Alex Lobanov, Almog Sarusi, Carmel Gat, Eden Yerushalmi, and Israeli-American Hirsch Goldberg Polin. Within hours of Eden Yerushalmi's body being returned to her family, they gathered to say their anguished final goodbyes. Almog Sarusi's loved ones were also overcome with grief at his burial. His mother Nira saying, "We love you and you will stay in our hearts." Israeli-American Hirsch Goldberg Polin's parents, whose campaign to bring attention to the plight of the hostages took them around the world, including addressing last month's Democratic Party convention.
Hirsch, stay strong. Survive.
issued a statement saying, "With broken hearts, the Goldberg Poland family is devastated to announce the death of their beloved son and brother, Hirsch." According to Israel's Ministry of Health, preliminary autopsy reports have found all 6 were shot in the head between 48 and 72 hours ago, with the Israeli military saying Hamas was responsible. The news of the killings triggered spontaneous mass demonstrations across Israel, including outside Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office in Jerusalem.
Well, the announcement of the 6 hostages' death has really triggered this wave of national grief, but also a deep, deep sense of anger.
Many blame Netanyahu for, in their words, sabotaging the ceasefire deal with Hamas that's been under negotiations for months. Lee Siegel is the brother of Keith Siegel, an Israeli-American still being held in Gaza.
My message to Prime Minister Netanyahu is that my brother Keith and all the remaining hostages need to be home immediately.
In a taped address, Netanyahu said he was committed to reaching a deal that will, quote, return all of our hostages.
In Pios Time, CBS News, East Jerusalem.
The remains of the 6 hostages were discovered not far from where another hostage, Farhan Al-Qadi, was found alive just last week. Still ahead on News 8, FDA approves updated COVID vaccine amidst summer COVID surge.
And these fall conditions are going to stick around for the next few days. However, we have a warm-up coming for the middle of the week. I'll have your full forecast coming up after the break.
Right now, it's the Labor Day sale at Home Furniture. Get up to an extra 10% off sale prices like this 2-piece sectional for just $1,299 after discount. Or pay no interest for 3 years during the Labor Day sale, going on now at Home Furniture.
We know the fentanyl coming from Mexico and China is a threat here in Wisconsin.
It's why Tammy Baldwin is working to stop it.
And Tammy passed the bipartisan Fend Off Fentanyl Act.
It takes on the Mexican cartels and the fentanyl coming from China.
And Tammy Baldwin voted 32 times to strengthen our border.
32 times to increase border patrols.
And technology to keep illegal drugs out. Because Senator Baldwin knows
keeping us safe is her first priority.
Tell Tammy Baldwin to keep securing our borders.
T-Mobile coverage in my area is wonderful.
We have 8 acres, and it gives you peace of mind to know that you're going to have a reliable signal.
We enjoy hiking. We enjoy the outdoors. The coverage has been great.
And after investing billions to light up our network from big cities to small towns, T-Mobile is America's largest and fastest 5G network. See for yourself. Try T-Mobile's network free for 3 months. Your phone, our network, no strings.
Turn your collector car into cash. Remlinger Collector Car Auctions is now taking consignments for its fall auction on September 27th and 28th in Winona, Minnesota. Visit RemlingerAuctions.com to consign now and maximize your earnings. Early consigners receive the most exposure to our eager pre-qualified bidders. Reserve your spot today and join the excitement. Remlinger Collector Car Auctions, where every car has a story and every bid is an adventure.
It's Hy-Vee's Labor Day Grill Out Sale this Friday through Monday. Fresh ground beef, just $2.99 a pound. Mouth-watering New York strips, just $5.88. 6-pack bottles of Pepsi products, just $3.48. Party-size Frito-Lay snacks, queso or salsa, just $3.98. Juicy, whole, seedless watermelon, just $2.99 each. And Hy-Vee hamburger or hot dog buns, just $1. Save in-store and online. Friday through Monday, only at Hy-Vee.
Right now at Homeworld Rugs, get 15% off area rug sale prices. Discover a stunning array of patterns, sizes, and shapes with expert guidance in every showroom to ensure you find your perfect rug. 15% off area rugs going on now at Homeworld Rugs.
Is it time for new windows or doors? Contact the company who has done the research for you. The best windows and doors installed by the best people. Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions.
The FDA gave the green light to an updated COVID-19 vaccine from Novavax on Friday. The FDA authorized the protein-based vaccine for use in people ages 12 and older. Novavax says doses could be available by the end of next week. Earlier this summer, the CDC recommended everyone over 6 months old receive both an updated COVID-19 vaccine and flu shot this year. The FDA authorized updated mRNA-based vaccines from Moderna and Pfizer last week. The updated shots come as the U.S. may be facing the highest summer surge of COVID-19 in 2 years. CDC data shows viral activity levels measured in wastewater are at very high levels nationally. All right, let's send it over to Nicole with the latest forecast. Nicole.
Yeah, it was a pretty nice first day of September. Now, September 1st actually marks the first day of meteorological fall. It definitely felt like that out there. And now, normally on September 1st, La Crosse would be sitting at a high of 81. Eau Claire would be at 78. And it was a little bit cooler than that today. We got just around 6 degrees cooler than that for our highs. So it definitely felt a lot like fall out there. As we get to the end of the month on September 30th, La Crosse would be sitting at 70 degrees for the high, and then Eau Claire at 66. So definitely will feel a major cool down as we get throughout this month, dropping 10 degrees at our average highs. It's definitely going to start to feel more like fall out there pretty soon. Warmest temperatures ever recorded in both cities were 101, and then the coldest happened on the same day all the way back in 1899 in September 30th. Both La Crosse and Eau Claire got down to the 20s. Now, we aren't anticipating any weather like that coming up. In fact, it's going to be a gorgeous day for Labor Day. If you have any picnics planned or any outdoor activities, really, it's going to be perfect for it. 10 a.m. sitting at 65, lots of sunshine, reaching our high in the mid-70s as we get into the afternoon hours, and then staying in the 70s in the evening with maybe a few clouds popping up. Now, here was that colder air that we saw go through this weekend. Now we're going to feel those mild temperatures start to warm up a little bit as we get into the middle of the week, getting back into the 80s right around average though. And then, as we can see, by Thursday going into Friday, we'll see this big trough of much cooler Canadian air start to move its way down. We'll definitely feel the repercussions of that as we get into the later half of the week. Also going into the weekend, we'll feel a big surge of colder air. Here's that cooler air mass kind of in 3D form going into Friday. Definitely feeling it dipping down over the area, getting to a high of only in the mid-60s for Friday. And then look at that, Saturday morning sitting at 43 in La Crosse, and then again really only warming up into 60s for Saturday. So it's going to be a little bit of a cool stretch going into next weekend, but we still do have some warmer temperatures coming for Wednesday. Now, a lot of that cold air is going to be coming from a cold front as well that's associated with that trough. That cold front is going to be our main weather maker going into this week, bringing some shower chances into Thursday, as well with some slight chances going into Friday. Other than that, tomorrow is going to stay dry, sunny, lots of sunshine, highs looking like 77 in La Crosse, 74 Eau Claire, 76 in Winona for your Labor Day highs. So it's going to be a gorgeous one out there. And then once we get into Tuesday, we'll start to feel a slight warm up, getting back into the 80s for Wednesday. And then after that, we have those showers for Thursday, and then a major cool down with that cold front, 71 Friday, dipping into the 60s to start off the weekend. So I don't know, I kind of like the weather that we're having right now. I think 60s might feel a little bit chilly for now. So I definitely want to savor the 80s that we have coming up.
I'm hoping the 80s come back.
I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will. Don't worry.
All right. Thanks, Nicole. And now it's time to announce the chosen Picturing Our Community photo for the week. This week's winner is Heidi Altig of La Crosse with Casanova Northern Lights. Every week we pick a photo to be shared in a gallery on our website at news8000.com and socially on our News 8 Now Facebook page, Twitter, and Instagram. If you would like to participate, just head to news8000.com, click on Submit Photos and Videos under the Home tab, then click on Picturing Our Community and enter your photo. A new winner will be chosen every Friday, announced Sunday night, and then showcased online Monday morning. Coming up in sports, Milwaukee goes for another sweep. The Brewers have won 5 games in a row, and we're hoping to make it 6 as they faced off with the Reds. Kate has the highlights right after the break.
News 8 Now Sports is brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Wisconsin, with 6 locations of fun.
Is your personal injury lawyer trying to sell you a settlement that you don't think is fair? You need a lawyer who won't settle your case just to move on to the next one. Get the full compensation you deserve. Get Bygoff and Rohde.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Everyday prices are too high. Food, rent, gas, back to school clothes. That is called Bidenomics. A loaf of bread costs 50% more today. Ground beef is up almost 50%. There's not much left at the end of the month. Bidenomics is working. The price of housing has gone up. It feels so hard to just be able to get ahead. And we are very proud of Bidenomics.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra, available with the connected driving experience and the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Or get $3,500 purchase cash on select GMC Sierra models. Or get a total of $6,000 purchase allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
Visit your best choice GMC dealer today.
At Taco John's, we've got beef with other places that start with frozen beef. That's why we start with only 100% American never frozen beef, simmered in our signature spice blend. Say no to thaw and yes to 100% American beef at Taco John's.
This adorable shelter pet wants to meet you and your family today. The News 8 Now Pet of the Week is brought to you by Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics.
When I called other lawyers, I wasn't even sure who was going to be representing me. Once I called BGR and talked to Brian, I felt secure immediately. I'm so glad that I called Bygoff and Rohde.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports with Kate Overton.
The Brewers have been red hot. They enter today on another 5-game win streak and are 13-4 in their last 17 games. They reached the 80-win mark last night, and a sweep today would help them inch closer to that best record in the National League. Let's get to the highlights. Milwaukee going for the 4-game sweep in Cincinnati, but the Reds making it tough. Second inning and nobody on but Jake Fraley. Tags up Tobias Meyer. This one to right field, leaves the park in a hurry. Reds take a 1-0 lead. Let's go to the 4th inning. Now 2-1 Cincinnati, but in steps Willy Adames, and he's been on a mission. A home run in the first 3 games of the series, and this is going to make it 4 straight games. This one to deep center field. This game is all tied at 2. Next inning, and the Brewers are going to add one more. Bryce Terang sends one back up the middle. Joey Ortiz rounds third. He comes in to score. Milwaukee takes the lead. The Reds would actually tie it, and then in the 10th, Terang chopper to second, but Jonathan India sends a rocket to home. Monasterio tagged out at the plate. We remain tied, and then in the 11th, Bryce Wilson can't field the comebacker, and the Reds walk it off. 4-3 the final. Milwaukee can't complete the sweep, but they still hold a 9-game lead over the Cubs, who are 9-1 in their last 10 and 3.5 games out from the wild card spot. Next for Milwaukee, hosting St. Louis starting tomorrow. And then over in Minneapolis, the Twins were taking on the Toronto Blue Jays. Rough start for the home team. Ernie Clement up to bat, and the Blue Jays take Bailey Ober deep. A solo shot to left. Toronto goes up 1-0. Twins would tie it up, but trouble in the 8th. Bases loaded, and Griffin Jacks going to hit the batter that will bring in the go-ahead run. Toronto would score one more and lead 3-1, but in the bottom half of the 8th, 2 men on, and how about Royce Lewis? Sends one deep to left, defense at the wall, but it's gone. A 3-run home run. When Lewis is healthy, he's electric. Twins take a 4-3 lead, and that would be the difference maker in this one. Twins hold on for the win, pick up a big series win, and still holding on to that wild card spot. They'll go again tomorrow on the road against the Rays. We've got some golf. Today was the final day of the PGA FedEx Cup Championship. And to no one's surprise, Scottie Scheffler wins again. Now, he started with the lead because of the format of the tournament, but it's his 7th win on the tour this season. The last person to win 7 or more times Tiger Woods in 2007. Scheffler takes home the FedEx Cup trophy and a whopping $25 million paycheck. Colin Morikawa finished in second. No Sunday NFL football yet, but the Packers did take to the practice field today to accommodate for the weird schedule they have this week. On Friday night, the Packers will open up the 2024 season in Sao Paulo, Brazil, when they take on the Eagles. The Packers will also practice in Green Bay tomorrow and Tuesday before flying to Brazil on Wednesday. It's an odd trip. The NFL's first game in South America on the first week of the season. It's a lot to think about, but Coach LaFleur says the focus is on the job, and the job is getting a win.
We're focused on the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, that's all that's in our control, and that's what we're going to worry about, and that's what we're going to focus on. Ourselves, getting ourselves prepared to go play a really good football team. I mean, they're loaded with talent, got a lot of respect for their coaches in terms of what they do schematically. And so if we're looking at anything else, then we're doing ourselves a disservice.
Kickoff set for 7:15 p.m. on Peacock, so be sure to have a plan on how you're going to watch the game. Maybe you've still got a Peacock subscription left over from the Olympics. Packers a 3-point underdog in this one, but don't really know what to expect. First game of the season on foreign territory. Anything can happen. And then on Sunday, back on U.S. soil, the Minnesota Vikings will open up their season on the road, taking on the New York Giants. Sam Darnold, the starting quarterback, and if I were him, I'd try to get the ball to Justin Jefferson. Vikings 1-point favorites, kickoff set for noon. College football returned this weekend, and when this interception came across my timeline, I knew I had to share it with you all because it might be one of the coolest or best interceptions in football history. That's Rob Carter Jr. playing for Robert Morris. I don't know if it's the spinning or the one-handed catch, but I could watch this catch all day. I mean, just look at that. So cool. And with that, we are bringing back our Play of the Week segment this week. We make it to a lot of games, but there's a bunch of places we don't get to. So if there's a cool play or highlight you think we should feature, then email me, koverton@wkbt.com, so we can make that happen. That's all for sports. We'll be right back.
My day is packed. Client meetings,
patient rounds,
getting kids out the door.
But Eric Hovde thinks all women care about is Hollywood.
It's just deplorable. Sadly, with females, they spend too much time focused on what's going on in Hollywood.
Well, guess what, Eric Hovde?
We know you supported overturning Roe versus Wade.
And we know you'd vote for a national abortion ban, too.
Eric Hovde must think he knows better than us.
What is wrong with this guy?
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
It's always been there, his love of the outdoors. Some days, you wonder if it might be his calling. Truth is, you know that the things he's passionate about today will build the foundation of what he does tomorrow, and possibly inspire a new journey. All he needs now is a way to make it happen. We are the Universities of Wisconsin. 13 universities, unlimited opportunity.
Looking for a bank that puts you first? Union State Bank is a community-owned bank looking to provide quality products and services to help make your banking easier. We take pride in getting to know our customers and understanding their needs. We are committed to helping you, your family, or your business with all your financial needs. We're here for you and we welcome you to bank with us. Union State Bank, where customers and community come first. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Doorbusters, like this gorgeous new sofa for just $397. The Labor Day Doorbuster deals Friday through Monday at Slumberland Furniture. Up to 60% off list. Get this comfy new sectional for just $997 and get the ottoman free. A free recliner with this reclining sofa for just $697. This medium firm queen mattress for just $288. Deals this hot are while they last only, so come early. Friday through Monday, the Labor Day Doorbuster deals, only at Slumberland Furniture.
Chevy lets you begin every day fully charged, so you can go farther. And so can your money. Tow with confidence. Plus, stay connected with available OnStar technology. For summer adventures, Chevy's got you. Get 1.9% financing on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups. Or get $5,750 total value on this Silverado when you trade in an eligible vehicle. That's 10% below MSRP.
Hundreds of thousands of bats call Sacramento, California home this time of year. Crowds of tourists gather to witness the colony of bats flock to the skies as they head out for dinner each night. CBS Sacramento's Ashley Sharp has the story.
They're getting louder.
Watching and waiting.
I call it a ribbon when they come out. Some people call it a cloud.
Each night under the Yolo Causeway, it's like ringing the bat dinner bell at the Bug Buffet.
It's beautiful and it's also like amazing, and I love nature.
More than 250,000 bats find their home here, most active during these summer months. Corky Quirk with the Yolo Basin Foundation
right here
leads a sold-out bat talk and tour Friday night.
I think a lot of the reason we fear nocturnal animals is because we often don't have an opportunity to learn about them.
Quirk's mission in life has been to change how people perceive these tiny creatures.
First out, our state bat. This is the pallid bat. So golden bat for the Golden State.
The foundation hosts about 4,000 people on its tours each summer that start here in the classroom.
Once they meet the bat, the live ambassador bat, I see minds change.
It's mostly the Mexican free-tailed bat, the largest colony in California that flocks each summer to the Causeway. As the group heads out the door next to find them, they tour the Yolo Basin and snag their spot to watch the bats take flight.
Bats are incredibly important and not dangerous.
They save farmers billions of dollars by eating bugs that damage crops. They even feast on mosquitoes.
So these guys are super helpful.
But why are they tucked here under the causeway and not in a cave? First, they've lost a lot of habitat. Plus,
it's a pretty safe, warm, stable place.
So next time your evening commute takes you by the bypass at sunset, watch the sky for the critters creeping out just above. Ashley Sharp, CBS News, Sacramento, California.
Very fascinating. Well, Nicole will give you one last look at the forecast when we return.
Right now, it's the Labor Day sale at Home Furniture. Get up to an extra 10% off sale prices like this two-piece sectional for just $1,299 after discount. Or pay no interest for 3 years during the Labor Day sale, going on now at Home Furniture.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Everyday prices are too high. Food, rent, gas, back to school clothes. That is called Bidenomics. A loaf of bread costs 50% more today. Ground beef is up almost 50%. There's not much left at the end of the month. Bidenomics is working. The price of housing has gone up. It feels so hard to just be able to get ahead. And we are very proud of Bidenomics.
T-Mobile coverage in my area is wonderful.
We have 8 acres, and it gives you peace of mind to know that you're going to have a reliable signal.
We enjoy hiking. We enjoy the outdoors. The coverage has been great.
And after investing billions to light up our network from big cities to small towns, T-Mobile is America's largest and fastest 5G network. See for yourself. Try T-Mobile's network free for 3 months. Your phone, our network, no strings.
Turn your collector car into cash. Remlinger Collector Car Auctions is now taking consignments for its fall auction on September 27th and 28th in Winona, Minnesota. Visit RemlingerAuctions.com to consign now and maximize your earnings. Early consigners receive the most exposure to our eager pre-qualified bidders. Reserve your spot today and join the excitement. Remlinger Collector Car Auctions, where every car has a story and every bid is an adventure.
Dear veteran, if you or someone you know struggles with PTSD, family relationships, financial or other hardships, let us help get you back on track. Here at Project New Hope, we offer a no-cost weekend wilderness retreat with only one mission: you. Licensed counselors are available around the clock, meals are provided, and there is no obligation to you. For more information, please visit projectnewhope.net and let us help bring you home.
It's Home Seasonal Concepts Labor Day Patio Closeout. Get up to 50% off regular prices on porch and patio sets, fire tables, and more. Like this 5-piece patio dining set for just $14.97. The Labor Day Patio Closeout at Home Seasonal Concepts.
We're going to have some very fall-like temperatures to start out the month of September, so get out there and enjoy it.
Love it.
Exciting.
Interesting.
Yep.